Yo, 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 you already know who it is. It's your boy, Denzel Aquarius Killer Curry from that Raider Clan, you feel me? Also known as Raven Miyagi. Y'all stay tuned. If I do this freestyle shit, you ain't ready.
Told her it's an ice age with a cold-blooded nigga like me. Tell that bitch I'm Rick James and the nigga really wanna super free.
Denzel Curry has been by far my favorite, and I think the most impressive rap figure that has emerged from the scene in the past decade. Born in 1995, the Carroll City native has shown his creativeness and talent throughout his entire career. But it didn't always begin like that. Enrolled in Miami's Design and Architecture School, Denzel Curry remarks how he didn't even want to be a rapper originally while growing up. He was much more interested in drawing and art.
And that's, I wasn't into rapping or nothing like that. My real passion was drawing. So it was always drawing. It was always will be drawing.
It wasn't until one of his friends who introduced him to rap and battle rap, where he began to take this once elusive hobby more seriously.
And then, I got into rapping at 6th grade, and then I learned how to rap through a homie of mine. God, man. So he taught me how to rap because I was battle him every day and lose. I would always lose and shit, but I was getting good. It even got to a point where we would battle so much. Like, remember MySpace, right?
Of course.
Me and him will always be on MySpace. I was like, battle, nigga. Like, we wasn't freestyling. We was key styling. We was like, battle, nigga. Like, let's go. So, but that helped me get better at writing. So 7th grade, I kept doing it. 8th grade, I kept doing it. By the time I hit 9th grade, I was like, good at it.
Even from his early beginnings in Carroll City, Florida, he defined for himself a unique sound with boundary-pushing beats and an incredibly sophisticated penmanship. Denzel's first project ever released was a mixtape titled Curry Was Here. This 15-track tape, although amateur in its production, still showcased his talent at only the age of 15.
Little Curry, you don't want me to get serious, cause nigga, I snap like a bitch on a period. Gripping grain and switching lanes like Fast and the Furious. Fuck being a rapper, I'm a snapper and a lyricist. Nah, I ain't done, you thought shit was all good. Lumberjack shit, cause your bitch is on my wood. Yes, I run this shit.
Curry Was Here unfortunately didn't get Denzel the recognition he was looking for. This wouldn't come until fellow rapper Mike DC introduced Denzel to Space Ghost Perp, an established figure in the underground southern rap scene and founding member of RVIDXR KLAN. Denzel immediately became a fan of Perp, ultimately leading him to ask to join the collective.
And then I called him. He was watching a game with I think the Dolphins was playing, and I was like, "Yo, can I be able to join RVIDXR KLAN?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, for sure." Cause like I drew a picture for him and shit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "I rap too." You feel me? So and he was just like, "All right." And then I was like, "I won't let you down."
Protect, bitch on fire. Why should I lie? Fuck with me, your ass gon' die. It's that nigga Aquarius Killer, that nigga that ripping me. I get a my psyche, I kill like karate, that is me. B-R-I to the E-S-T, that pussy. Fuck that, what you want? Denzel Curry, you tried to own me like Casper, UK, like Casper. You fucking with this nigga named Curry, no chicken hoe. Everybody know I'm about to do the fucking mission hoe.
Curry would then go on to release his first mixtape as a member of RVIDXR KLAN, titled King Remembered Underground Tape, 1991 to 1995. This self-release tape would feature fellow RVIDXR KLAN members Young Simi, Posh God, Young Boy, and Mike DC. This tape would also feature the first time Denzel would perform under a new moniker, this time being Aquarius Killer.
Each album I do, I introduce like a new part of me in my life.
Right.
Like when I did my mixtapes, I did Aquarius Killer for my first mixtape, did Raven Miyagi for my second mixtape. Third mixtape was just Denzel, period. Then I did, when I did Nostalgia, I introduced Denny Cascade. I did 3-2 Zell Planet Shrooms, I introduced Ultimate Denzel Curry. Ultimate Denzel Curry took over and did the Imperial tape. And then after Imperial, it was going from Ultimate Denzel Curry. That's why you hear in certain songs in there. And then the last song ends up being Zeltron 6 Billion, which is the character that pretty much got every bit and piece of the personalities I created from back in the day going into Taboo. But all of that is just Denzel. That's all just me.
King Remembered would end up being much more successful compared to Curry was here. With still amateur but improved production, this tape would go on to have much more success. Longtime Denzel fans will remember the sleeper hit, X-Files.
GMT taking over, better stay tuned. Sometimes I just wonder how murder is all on my mind. I just think I'm a psycho. Niggas who step would get moved to the left and the right. It's a knife and a tight rope. Slice them just like a knife in a samurai ready to chop. Desert to eagle, I'm about to get evil. I see it as legal, I pop.
Curry would follow up his debut Raider Klan mixtape with another, this time titled King of the Mischievous South Volume 1. It features more Raider Klan members, including Space Ghost Perp, Ruben Slick, and JK the Reaper, among others.
Boxing, I'm rocking electrical, shocking the gun to the cock it, I shoot it, I pop it, you leaning, I drop it, his body is shot it, I buy it, I swing it, my nigga, I cop it like handcuffs, but not a rest, a Corey killer, that nigga's the best, fucking with me, better get off your chest, but fucking with me and your ass gon' rest.
This tape, much like his previous release, is mostly barred by its low-quality mixing and production. However, that doesn't take away from the well-produced 90s-inspired beats, and of course, Denzel's amazing flow. Curry would go on to release 2 more mixtapes while under Raider Klan, Strictly For My Raiders and Mental Vendetta, the second of which was a collaboration project with Lofty 305, and personally, my favorite from this era.
Meaty mic check, hoes trying to break a nigga, yo, means I got banned, so what the fuck you know about the motherfucking phone? I came in this bitch, then I put the dumb hoe in my trunk, said, bitch, give me my money, I don't really give a damn, not giving heart, this not funny, so I shot the damn bitch in the motherfucking stove.
It's extremely easy to see the already brimming talent and hunger for improvement that Denzel had at such a young age, allowing him to release 4 feature-length projects in such a short amount of time, each one improving upon the latter. This early, more raw and gritty Denzel is still extraordinarily fun to listen to, even with the amateur style of these tracks. This is still very early on in Denzel Curry's career, but his rap versatility, hard-punching bars, and iconic energetic delivery is here from the very beginning. And although none of these mixtapes charted or garnered him any mainstream media attention, they were still a big stepping stone for what was to come. In mid-2013, Denzel would end up stepping away from Raider Klan to pursue a solo career, which is how we come to
Nigga Klan be the set. We don't take kindly to threats, nigga. We don't take kindly to threats.
TSS be the set. We don't take kindly to threats. We don't take kindly to threats.
Nigga Klan be the set. We don't take kindly to threats, nigga. We don't take kindly to threats, nigga.
TSS be the set. We don't take kindly to threats. No, we don't take kindly to threats.
Curry's freshman studio release was Nostalgic 64. Well received by fans and critics alike, N64 was Denzel's first taste at above-ground success. Several media outlets gave it positive reviews, further elevating his presence in the rap scene as an artist to look out for. Tracks such as Zone 3, Threats, Parents, and N64 were highlights that showcased Curry's talent. Executively produced by Mark MC9 and Postronaut, Denzel's prowess and style is fully realized on his first professional debut. The quality in production elevates the dark, dreary style that the album is going for. Nostalgic 64 was the beginning of Denzel's transition from the underground, making a significant mark in the hip-hop scene. The gritty delivery and tone of this LP, heavily inspired by the Memphis rap style, was a breath of fresh air in the scene and would further prove to cement Denzel as an innovator, or someone who would cut against the grain of what was popular. N64, in short, was an amazing debut by the semi-popular Florida rapper, and his presence would only continue to grow from there. It would be nearly 2 full years before Curry would release his next project, this time a double EP, 32 Zell, Planet Shrooms. In an interview with Brandon Janis from Viper Mag, Curry gives a bit more insight on these projects. A year ago, I spoke with Denzel Curry, and he broke down how Carroll City tenants nickname themselves. The block you live on, followed by your name. hence why Curry is 32 Zell. He also revealed that planet Shrooms is located on the 13th rock in another galaxy, a world he often refers to in his raps. Since that talk, he's merged his physical home with his imaginary orbit to create a double record, 32 Zell, Planet Shrooms. Denzel experimented even more, creating a quasi-concept project, combining his real-life thoughts and spirituality, splitting them up, letting the music showcase this experience. This wouldn't be the last time we would see this type of project-contained evolution from Denzel either. 32 Zell is more raw and hard-hitting, spawning arguably still his biggest hit to date, Ultimate, went viral upon its release, coinciding with the Bottle Flip Challenge.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to.
Its beat drop and sporadic lyrics was a perfect formula for the ever-growing age of social media. Planet Shrooms flips the coin, and we experience a more introspective Denzel. The psychedelic-inspired beats veer away from the angrier Curry we are used to. That isn't to say that this type of project is out of the ordinary for him, however. There are several notable instances to this more chilled-out Denzel Curry off of his previous projects, including Twistin' off of King of the Mischievous South Volume 1, and Denny Cascade on Nostalgic 64. Although this project wasn't as well received as his debut, Curry's drive for innovation and experimentation was to be noted. Snippets from both sides left a great impression on listeners patiently waiting to hear more. If Nostalgic 64 was Denzel's introduction to mainstream hip-hop, Imperial was his solidification as an entity to stay. Still argued by many as his best project to date, Imperial is Denzel Curry at his best. Tracks such as ULT and Gook demonstrated his improved flow, coupling with the album's more refined production. Imperial elevated Denzel to new heights. This was demonstrated by him being selected to the 2016 XXL freshman class, a group of up-and-coming hip-hop and rap artists XXL magazine features yearly. Traditionally, the selected members are promoted in an impromptu freestyle music video known as a cypher. The one Denzel was a part of is by far their most successful, basically now a cultural icon for listeners of rap music.
Rest in power, it's all about power. Squeeze two lemons together and really all you'll have is sour. Diesel, niggas will smoke your ass and half the juice. Riding around in an all black coupe, couple of pitches that's ready to shoot. Shit, ducking and bucking and dodging and dropping with 48 ounces and cigarette butts. Fucking around with the up echelon, they will turn you to cubes and I hope you be gone. Ever with an overload, cranium overdose, then the cascade, what the fuck is the house? Click on your pap, bitches a rap. Sierra, my witness, I pray for a nap. Younger than the rest will return with the past. Key in ignition, put on the gas. None of you niggas is acting that jazz. Go TV and the Glock and the Cypress with gas. Green gun, particles, turn you into molecules. Planet Shrooms, I'll take you to my panic room.
Imperial, from a listener's point of view, seems to be the first album where Denzel is laser focused. His flow, enunciation, and writing are all overclocked, upscaling his dominant delivery. Imperial also combines the Memphis rap style we hear on N64 with a more modern trap cloud rap style that was popular at the time, all meshing together very tightly. Imperial at the time was Denzel at his most consistent and versatile, which garnered critical acclaim from nearly all music publications. The release of this album coincided with a successful world tour, where Curry would perform at venues from all across the globe, garnering thousands of new fans, eager to see what he would do next. Taboo is Denzel Curry's first fully fleshed out concept album. Split into 3 parts, listeners delve into Curry's mind, slowly hearing him explore themes of mental health, societal issues, and personal demons. The tonal shift is easily understood, as the color and atmosphere shifts from light to gray to dark. Highlight cuts include the titular track, in which Denzel unfolds the story of a relationship he had with a girl who was abused, as well as the ever-popular Cloud Cobain. These and many more display the versatility of Denzel and his intellect for forming such a well-put-together album. My first introduction ever to Denzel minus his hit Ultimate came from my roommate repeating the line, and asking if I've ever heard of it. I answered that I hadn't, and he showed the song to me. Afterwards, I listened to the whole album multiple times over while playing survival Minecraft in our dorm room, and that's how my love for Denzel Curry spawned. Taboo demonstrated that Curry always kept hungry and never settled with being categorized in a single genre or box. Not only is he able to produce club bangers like Sumo, but he can also tackle tough subjects in a very thought-provoking way, as we see on Sirens. Taboo was a statement project. No longer would he be tagged as a SoundCloud rapper like some of his constituents from the same era. He would be much harder to figure out and pin down, as he didn't seem like he wanted to stick around in one area or sound for too long. His follow-up album would add to this fact. In 2019, Denzel Curry released Zoo, a love letter to his hometown of Carroll City. The album was a celebration of Miami's vibrant culture and a reflection on his upbringing. The single Ricky has Denzel reminiscing on his early days in his rap career. He also describes the tight family culture he had around him with the line, "Leave the cul-de-sac, your brother's gonna have your back regardless." Birds and Speedboat are other highlight tracks which show off the signature Miami bass, combined with Denzel's lyrical history of his city and its history. But this isn't to say that there isn't a tinge of old Denzel on here either. PAT featuring Play That Boy Zay feels like it could be a Dark Side Taboo leftover, with its aggressive beat and delivery. Zoo was a reminder of Denzel's roots, offering a more personal and introspective look at the experiences that shaped him. It was a testament to his growth and his ability to honor his past while pushing his music forward. The project was yet again another tonal shift for Denzel, scrapping most of the sound and ideas featured on Taboo. Although some may consider this LP a step back for Curry, I believe his forward-thinkingness, combined with the unique appreciation featured on Zoo, yet again demonstrates how well Curry can work in multiple genres and sounds. And it wouldn't be long before we heard more from him. This time, teaming up with renowned producer Kenny Beats Bloom on 2020's Unlocked. The album was the most experimental yet for Denzel, meshing up elements of hip-hop, punk, electronic, and lo-fi. The accompanying animated short film further highlighted Denzel's creative vision, offering a unique visual and auditory experience to coincide with the album's release. Clocking in at just under 18 minutes, this is by far Curry's shortest project to date, with 8 tracks and only one of them being over 3 minutes in length. This is not detract from the album, however. The fast-pacedness and hard-hitting beats are reminiscent of his earlier work. Tracks like Take It Back, Diet, and So Incredible feature his signature aggressiveness tone and hard-hitting delivery. Unlocked was not only a widely successful collaboration between two industry greats, but it also filled a gap missing in the music industry with well-produced experimental hip-hop. Denzel followed up his well-received 2020 LP with an even more ambitious project. The 2-year wait was well worth it, and according to Curry, this was his favorite album that he's ever worked on. Jazz rap is a genre that rarely receives any attention from the mainstream media, mostly due to its unpopularity and low crowd appeal. However, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future solves this issue by being one of the best jazz rap projects of all time. The lead single, Walkin', has grown to become a staple in Denzel's catalog. Collaboration tracks, such as Troubles with T-Pain, invoke a synergy of grooviness and aggression that ties together perfectly. Longtime collaborator Jid makes another appearance on Ain't No Way, along with other talents like Black, Rico Nasty, and Kitty Cash. The intro track, Melt Sessions 1 featuring Robert Glasper, is a perfect tone setter for what is to come. The angelic harmony and punchy drums are a perfect backing for Denzel. Worst Comes to Worse is another amazing song with a great anthemic chorus, and of course, nobody can forget about highlight tracks like X-Wing and Zatoichi. I sound like a broken record here when I say this, but yet again, we find Denzel veering off into uncharted territory and absolutely knocking it out of the park with his attempt. You can tell this was a project that he spent a lot of time, care, and attention on, and it really means a lot to see it come to fruition. Although everyone can agree that a snub at the Grammys for Rap Album of the Year wasn't justified, it does not take away from the sheer brilliance of Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. And here we arrive in 2024. Denzel has already released a plethora of amazing projects. Surely he's out of gas and can't do it again, right? Well, if you answered yes, you clearly haven't been paying attention. Denzel's latest project, as of the time of making this video, is a mixtape tapping into his Raider Klan roots. A follow-up to one of his previously released mixtapes, King of the Mischievous South Volume 2, hones in on the South Florida style. Although this album is technically not a new sound for Denzel, he's exploring one that he's improved upon since his early days in Raider Klan, and it is by no means an unwelcome invitation. Additionally, Denzel teams up with fellow Raider Klan member Key Nayada, Memphis rap legends Juicy J and Project Pat, ASAP's Ferg and Rocky, and a ton of other prominent names in the hip-hop scene. King of the Mischievous South Volume 2 was a callback and homage to Curry's origins, giving thanks by bringing people back who helped make him the man he is today. And on top of that, it's just a really fun and well-produced mixtape. In an interview with Mehdi Maizi, here is what Denzel had to say on the project.
I got interviewed about it, and it was like, what can we take away from this project? And I said, nothing. Just know when this shit comes on and you're at my show, back to back, you're going to turn up. That's where I'm at with it. I gave you energy. We had the blueprint. We had everything, but everything got messed up when Klan and ASAP started beefing. And that's what really was a driving force for me to even reach out and have these guys, even reaching out to some of the guys that used to be in Raider Klan. Yeah. And it's just like, all right, come on. Reaching out to Ski Mask, come on. Reaching out to Mike Dimes, come on. Reaching out to Rocky, come on. And just putting it all together. Reaching out to Play That Boy Zay, come on. Yeah. And just bringing it, because the energy never left. We just had to, I'm not just paying homage to Memphis. I'm paying homage to the South. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Being a Southern artist myself, I'm paying homage to the South. Fuck that rap star shit. I'm an artist. That's what I am. I don't want to be a rapper. All rappers are dicks. What everybody else was talking about, I couldn't relate because, honestly, I was a dork.
You were a dork?
Fuck yeah, I was a fucking dork, nigga. I'm a fucking dork. Nah, B. I mapped this album out for a reason. The way I was doing it, the way it was going on. Even though I was getting impatient with the time frame, everything had to be calculated in order for people to understand, like, yo, this nigga's not playing. Nostalgic stuff, like it. If you like my Imperial stuff, like it, and so on and so forth. But don't box me in, because if you try to box me in, I'm just going to make another box to be in.
I don't smoke weed, and I don't drink anymore. I don't do any of that. And I just been, like, good ever since. Like, I don't have, like, depression or anything. Like, I could weed out a lot of people without, like, you know what I'm saying, without even trying, because, like, people are like, oh, let's turn up. Yeah, let's get a drink. I don't drink. Oh, let's get a smoke. And so then how are we going to turn up? I'm just going to turn up being sober, because I know that's my best way of turning up, either way it go, because I'm already full of energy. Why I need to turn that down or, like, use a substance to make me move, you know? Yeah.
You got everybody doing drugs and all that shit. And if you do drugs, you do your shit to each his own and shit. But, like, it's like when you overdo it is when it's a concern, and, like, you projected to all these motherfucking kids and shit that be like dealing with problems, and they feel like drugs is the only way out for that shit. Why am I passionate about mental health? Yeah. Because, man, I've been through the same shit. Like, I've been through all types of fuck shit. Like, my brother died and shit, you feel me? Like, my parents split up, like, all types of bullshit.
How old are you when your brother died?
My brother died when I was 19 years old.
And how old was he?
he was 27.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So like I had to deal with that shit, and I had to go on tour
Yeah.
when I had to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like that was big, and I kept that shit suppressed for so many years. And like I guess when 2015 happened and I was going through more bullshit and I just couldn't take that shit no more, I just released it and made Imperial and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I just see the same shit every day. Motherfucker, oh yeah, oh I'm beefing with such and such. Oh man, you don't got this much money as me. Oh man, look at my wrist, look at my neck, it drip. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you really talking about? Like, what the fuck is that? Oh, you just trying to suck my clout this, clout that. Nigga, that shit imaginary. Fuck that shit. Fuck clout. I don't give a fuck about that shit. What the fuck are y'all even doing today? Like, and then when my brother died, it kind of just, everything just broke apart. And I felt it. I felt what that family was going through. And it always impacted me to talk about injustices that was happening in my community and just injustices that was happening in the world as a whole, because somebody that I know was affected by that. And it still haunts me to this day because I didn't even get a chance to say, I really love you, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously when I started, I was really young, so I was super immature. And I wasn't really trying to view the world. I was just trying to have fun like everybody else. Like a lot of these kids in here like want to have fun with their life at the time. But, you know, and I was just going through phases trying to find who I am as a person, or I'm this type of person, this type of person. But as I kept growing, you know, just looking at society as it is like so much things to talk about. And I guess over time where I felt like I didn't have things to talk about, the world was there and it had everything to talk about. So it made me want to speak on certain things that was happening in society already with police brutality, crazy school shootings, things that was happening in my community where it came down to like stuff like George Floyd, Treon Johnson, Trayvon Martin. Also with things that was just happening in the industry I'm in, the musical industry, you know, and how people are being pimped. I wanted to talk about it all. And that's how my views started to change. It went from me just being like, yeah, I'm doing this in my neighborhood and like anime and this, that, and the third to, okay, I still like anime, but I'm finna say anime less this time and keep going and keep going and keep going. And even paying attention to my feelings. Like I felt I'd never paid attention to my feelings before. I would feel things and I wouldn't understand them. Now I do. So it just gave me the platform to really like, okay, I could talk about my feelings, I could talk about the world, I could just talk about everything with no holds bar. And that's how my music ended up maturing, because I thought people liked a certain type of record, so I would try to chase that record, like trying to do Ultimate 20,000 times and it will never work. Trying to make Cloud Cobain 20,000 times and it will never work. Everything was unique to that feeling. So that's how things changed.
Before I wrap up this video, I wanted to include a section on other amazing side projects Denzel has been a part of that really didn't fit in anywhere specifically, so I'm just throwing them here at the end. The first is his Bad Bad Not Good cover of Ultimate, remixing the sound in a more contemporary alternative rock feel. I think it's really cool.
Under the sun, the best of sun, we're both the guns of fate of self-family. My enemies, your enemies, my enemies, we wet them up like a canteen. Playing no test, the rest of fate don't have a face, so now you lay over the gates. Great, eliminate like eliminate. Hey, young boy had to penetrate. Face, young boy done got a case. Bang, now I'm on my living with the pain. Wait, doctor says he's gonna stay. They don't get the sense of me, so he regenerate.
Second is his cover of Rage Against the Machine's Bulls on Parade, featuring one of his verses from Sirens.
Go in now! Go in now! The microphone explode, shatter in the mood. Even drumming hits like they don't know, like get the fuck out the commode with a short shot. Sure to make a body drop, drop it, don't copy, yo, don't call us a...
The third is a randomly dropped project in 2020 titled Blood In, Blood Out, which has some of the best collaborations and best verses he's ever done. Seriously, I want this on streaming more than anything. And the fourth is a live performance of Melt My Eyes, See Your Future at Komodo City Cafe with a jazz band.
Game like Home Depot, cause they got keys, hoes, and hammers. Niggas, gangsters, killers, and scammers. We was out dodging bullets and cameras. When you broke, niggas won't throw slander. Get money, now your ass can't stand us. I want a whole lot of green and a pair of nice jeans. Chopper with a new beam and a pair of ice creams. Ever since I was a teen, I've been focused on the cream with the clothes in the yeah, I don't want a car, want an X-Wing. I'm just on to the next thing. Growing up, I didn't have the best things. Now my diamonds on my neck. I don't want a car, want an X-Wing. I'm just on to the next thing.
If you were to listen to Denzel Curry's discography in order, you would be hard-pressed to believe it's the same man who's been creating so many amazing albums across so many genres. Denzel's versatility is his biggest strength. He really just sounds good on anything. As we look to the future, Denzel Curry continues to evolve and surprise us. His recent releases hint at an artist who's constantly pushing his boundaries, exploring new sounds and themes. Whether it's through collaborations, solo projects, or multimedia ventures, Denzel remains a dynamic force in the music industry. His journey is a testament to the power of authenticity, resilience, and creativity, and we can't wait to see where he takes us next.